Hello and welcome back to the Unbearable Reds. I'm your host Carl, and today we're going to be talking about the possibility of the Timo Werner to Liverpool transfer falling through. So let's get right into it. It doesn't look like Timo Werner will be joining Liverpool. Instead, he'll be heading to Chelsea, one of our competitive rivals. Now, Werner is a player that I and nearly every Liverpool fan was excited about the prospect of us signing. He's one of the up-and-coming strikers in world football, and he is a fantastic player. You've only got to look at his goal record for RB Leipzig in the Bundesliga to see that he is a genuine prospect, and he is going to be a very good player going forward. The deal appeared to be bolted on for him to sign for Liverpool, but now it looks like it's fallen through. The fan base appears to have lost its collective mind, with two distinct groups forming on both sides of the argument, and then the majority of the fans in the middle who are just like me. First of all, the FSG out brigade have reared their ugly heads again. They've been silent for a number of seasons because of how successful that we have been, but now we haven't got this one player in. Suddenly FSG are the worst owners in the league. They need to go, they never invest in the club, blah blah blah, all the same old bollocks. And then there's the purists who act like any questioning of the club when it comes to transfer policy and any questioning of why we haven't signed X player or Y player is heresy, and how dare you question Jurgen Klopp and how dare you question FSG. Yeah, both sides of that are absolutely cringe. FSG are fantastic owners. Look at the state of the club now. From when he bought us, we were on the brink of administration, probably looking down the barrel of a relegation if they hadn't taken over us. And we're now the best team in the world. On the other side of that as well, we absolutely should be questioning what's going on at the club. It's our club at the end of the day, and right now we're on the top of the world, and if we want to maintain that, we have to scrutinise what's happening, because from where we are now, the only way is down, and it only takes a couple of small mistakes and we're no longer the best team in the world. If you look at a team like Real Madrid, not that, bear in mind, I'd never want Liverpool's fan base to turn to Real Madrid. Oh my god, they whinge about everything. If you look at that kind of ethos where that Real Madrid board and management can't break wind without the fans scrutinising it. And I think we need a bit more of that at Liverpool, to be honest. Not saying that we don't scrutinise them, but maybe a bit more scrutiny. Maybe ask them, why are you doing this? Why aren't you doing what we want? And ultimately, as fans, if we are scrutinising our club, we should want to be proven wrong. There is nothing wrong with questioning your club and its policies and how it's going about business, and then when it pays off, being happy you've been proven wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. So now I've gotten that little PSA out of the way. What exactly happens? What are the theories as to what's happened with Timo Werner and Liverpool that's resulted in him potentially signing for Chelsea? Well, the first and obvious answer is the situation surrounding COVID. All clubs have lost money, we are no different. Okay, we're looking at a healthy financial situation, but that may change if we start blowing millions on players and potentially compromising our financial security in the long run. It's not going to be a popular approach among the fan base. I mean, I'm disappointed that potentially going to be having another summer with no signings, but it needs must. And taking another season to consolidate our finances and then go big when the financial situation's more certain going forward. It's probably a prudent approach for the club to take, to be honest, because if we start spending loads of money this summer when we're not sure what the true financial fallout of the COVID pandemic is going to be on football, and then down the line we can't afford to sign players because we'll fail FFP, then even more questions will be asked as to why the club did this. So the kind of damned if they do and damned if they don't in that situation, and I think it's just prudent just to say, we are on top of the world. There isn't a lot of teams that are close to us at the moment in terms of quality. We can probably sneak through another season with the squad we've got, maybe add a couple of cheap placeholder players, and then when we know what situation that we're in, then we can start going on and investing in players again. It'd be very myopic just to say, well, we need to sign players, otherwise, all these other clubs are going to sign players and we're not. I mean, there'll be other players. There's always other players. There's players that are probably not in anyone's mind now that over the next season or two are going to absolutely explode, who we could potentially sign. So don't be myopic about it. Just accept that if the club is prioritising the financial situation, that's only a positive thing in the long run. So with us not potentially bringing in any players of world-class quality to fill our world-class squad, where does that leave us? Because there's going to be gaps in the squad with players leaving like Shaqiri and Lallana. We're already short in a few areas of the squad as well. Well, it's a good thing that we've got a generation of young players that have been blooded in competitive games in the cup last season, who are ready to make the step up. The likes of Curtis Jones, Yasser Larouci, even the likes of maybe like Pedro Caravella, who could potentially not by no means compete for first team places right now, but to fill the gaps if you need to rotate a player here and there, you can throw them in and alright, the quality will drop, but the quality of the rest of the team can get them through. And then you've also got quality players out on loan at the moment who can come back into the club and be used for a season before getting moved on. You've got players like Marco Grujic, who's doing really well ahead to Berlin. I know he's linked to Lazio at the moment, but you don't know what their financial situation is going to be. You don't know what ours is. Maybe a situation where Marco Grujic gets thrown into the squad. Harry Wilson is a player who I rate highly and I think we shouldn't be selling anyway. So when he returns from Bournemouth, he could potentially get a run in the squad as a result of us not being able to sign more backup players. And also there is potentially other reasons as to why the Timo Werner transfer may not be going ahead, and I'm going to cover them now. So maybe Werner wants a promise of first team minutes that Klopp just can't give him. He may well have chosen to be the main man at Chelsea than to be a rotating forward with us. And if that's the case, then fair enough. It's up to Timo Werner what he wants from his career, and choosing the Chelsea move for footballing reasons is not something we should be critical of him for, and we shouldn't be critical of the club for not bowing to his demands of first team football when we've got the best front line in the world. If you want to come into Liverpool and you want to play for us, you have to earn your place, and if he doesn't want to do that, if he wants to go and be the main man at Chelsea, then that's fair enough. I think if that's the case, I think both sides have done the correct thing. Timo Werner is stuck by what he wants, Jurgen Klopp is stuck by what he can provide, and unfortunately it just hasn't happened. And the final reason I can think of as to why this potentially is not going through is the club may have had like a list of players they wanted to sign this summer, and then COVID hits and the club's finances take a hit, and we have to prioritise what players we want to bring in from said list, and Werner may have been a casualty of that. So for example, our transfer targets for the summer could have been Timo Werner, Kai Havertz and Jadon Sancho, just 3 players as an example. And when those targets were decided, we had the finances available to be able to go and get all 3 based on our transfer budget, prize money, outgoing player sales, etc. But that's changed now because the club's taken the financial hit and we can't afford all 3 and we need to prioritise. So Klopp decides that we need the most important player for us to sign out of those 3 is Kai Havertz. He's the one that we need to sign, as he is more key to his plans going forward than Sancho and Werner. And if that's the case, then that's fair enough. That once again, that's a very pragmatic approach to take to it. If we've only got a certain amount of money to spend, then prioritising that on what players Klopp thinks are more key to us moving forward as a club is probably the best way to go about that, rather than just saying, oh well, you know, we were so close to signing Timo Werner, we may as well just go through with it. Maybe just take the hit, okay, he can go and join somebody else, and we're going to prioritise this one player because he's the one that we need. And ultimately, like most Liverpool fans, I'll be very disappointed that we haven't signed Timo Werner, and I'm not going to sit here and pretend that we never really wanted him, because that's just stupid. There's no club in the world that wouldn't want a player of his clear quality, particularly when we are short of quality forwards outside of the front 3, and particularly for the fee that you're going to be paying for him as well. 50 million for a player of his quality and his age. We'd have been stupid to not be interested in Timo Werner. So I'm not going to sit here and say, oh well, you know, if we haven't signed him, the club must have never been interested in him, because that's just not the case at all. The club are clearly interested in him. It's just the way things are played out with COVID. And the impact on the club's finances, it's just probably not practical for the club to do it at the moment. And if he goes to Chelsea, they will be getting a hell of a player, because he is, as I've mentioned, genuinely a top player, and he is going to improve in the future. And I'd be a hypocrite to take a U-turn on that and change my opinion on him just because he's signing for a rival. You would be too if you feel the same. Right, so that's my take on the Timo Werner transfer saga at Liverpool, why it's potentially fallen through, and what impact that could have on the club going forward. If you have any comments you'd like to leave, please leave them down below. Please like and please subscribe. And once again, as always, up the Reds.